What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you all again. Let's talk about Bed Bath & Beyond. We got something to talk about. We got the Ortex, we got the charts. Looks like a rumor hit piece came out. Obviously, anything they can do to bring this price down, try to get it in line. So let's talk about that as well. See if it makes any sense or if it seems like a rumor. Sorry, I got this stupid hat on. I got a nice head of hair. I don't wear hats, and I turned it backwards because the bill looked absolutely stupid if I turned it around in the camera. So anyway, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Let's be entertained. So focusing in on this Schedule 13D that came out, down at the bottom we can read right here where it's highlighted. I hope you guys can see it. It says there have been no transactions in securities of the issuer by the reporting persons during the past 60 days, nor since the filing of Amendment Number 1 to the Schedule 13D. So I think that was just a hit piece. I don't know if he did or did not sell, but just all I can do is read the reports that are out there. So I personally think it was a hit piece just to control it because it was moving pretty good. Bed Bath & Beyond, short interest going up again today. Believable, very believable. Every time we got a move, it was getting smoked. And there was something just hard to believe about the charts. You know, it just wasn't normal price action. It was running, and then it was just getting smacked down. So live short interest, 53.27% of the free float. Looks like 37 million estimated live short interest, but if we look at the current reported, we are at 89.75% of the free float on loan as far as we know, 62.33 million shares. So I mean, we are still climbing as far as the shorts are concerned. 100% cost to borrow went up, which is good to see, 114.82%. So not a guarantee, but everything looks like it is moving in a beautiful way. For a short squeeze, we want to see the price going up, and we want to see those shorts going up. Nothing wrong with that. So all in all, hit piece right here, right? That's whenever it all started spreading around the internet. Bang, killed it. They probably dumped in. Look at the selling pressure there. The volume was insane. There was a lot of selling going on. But what I thought was interesting was, you know, we kind of saw that yesterday as well. It wasn't a hit piece, but I think what was going on, it almost looked like they hammered it at the end of the day. Then they probably got into a call positions, and then they just rode those call positions and drove it up in the pre-market overall. I mean, after hours was a very nice trend. Pre-market continued to run up, nice strong action, and then I think they dumped off what they could right there. Either, you know, they could go a million different ways, I guess, with it, whether they're taking that money and using it for the shorts, or if they even want to exercise, you know, who knows what strikes they bought, the $20, $23, $24 strikes, you know, get those run up there, you be able to exercise them. That gives you a lot of extra selling pressure to add into even your short positions. So you got to double up. You know, you can only sell so much before you got to go borrow it or you got to buy it. And so that's one way that I think they could buy it to a degree on a discount. You know, run it up in the after hours. Everybody misses out because the options, you know, unless you're holding them overnight, then you got a little bit of that. But today, choppy. This is why we have channels, because if you weren't playing the channels today, you were probably feeling a little bit of pain through theta, just decaying in price overall, getting the smackdown that it was. It was looking really good till the hit piece. So what I want to see is, where do we go from here as far as after the hit piece? Will there be a little bit more clarification than what's in the filing? Because I think it was just a rumor. I think that's all it was. This would be an actual beautiful spot for it to bounce. I would think right here, if it's going to bounce here, we kind of need it to. So $20.40. The other nice thing about it was that I think that gap filled in from what we had earlier this morning. I don't know if I can go back there and find that as well. So We got that out of the way, I believe, right in here. So from 2260 to 2340. So we should have that gap filled in, which is perfect, fine if they want to use the hit piece to get it down there, but we do need to see it bounce. Where is it going to bounce? That's the question. $18.55 would be a 236 fib line to be able to bounce, which would make sense since we've already fallen through the last level of support there that I had at 2138 and 2040, depending on which way we're looking at this fib, whether it's a retracement or an extension. But the yellow line, let's see, $18.40. So let's see if she bounces there or at $20.40. I hope it can turn around. I mean, all in all, it's still trending pretty decent. It's ugly today. And I don't want to tell you it's going to just run and explode. We're going to have to sort out these things and see how it goes. But the volume, I mean, the volume came down some today, but that's still a crazy amount of volume. So hasn't dried up yet. A lot of things were breaking today in directions that I really did not think that they should break. Anytime we got those runs, it would just get smacked. We'd get that run and get smacked. So I think there was a ton of short activity and just selling pressure, trying to control it again. And it is what it is. At some point, they're going to run out of ammunition, or they're going to be like, you know what, why do we keep throwing money at this? Or they might get it low enough to where they back off a little bit, or even maybe willing to cover some of their shorts that they have out there. I don't know if they'll be willing to do that if they've been protecting this area so hard. I think they want it quite a bit lower. So we're going to see what happens. No promises, no guarantees for tomorrow. Let's see how the after hours goes. I mean, this kind of volatility in the after hours, I think we're going to see some sort of recovery, I would hope. I don't think it'll just continue to fall off from here. So let's see if they turn this ship around, where we get to. Personally, I want to see us open up, at least get back into the 2138 to 2322 channel by market open tomorrow. That would be okay with me. Anything's better than what we're seeing right now with the bleeding. So hopefully, guys, you're protecting your accounts. You're playing with stop losses. If you're not, the best thing is always just to take that money whenever you make it. But it is what it is. If you were in it, well, you got a decision to make, I guess. And if you happen to close out, that was a beautiful run. If you caught that bottom, could have got out of there. But I think this caught a lot of people. I think it caught a lot of people because we were all waiting for a breakout, and it probably should have, but they controlled it. So let's see what happens from here, guys. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another one. I will catch you in the next one. If you don't mind, you can drop a like so that this information gets out to more people, just about I think the fear that they shot out there about Cohen selling. It doesn't look to me like he did, and I think we need that confidence back in the investors. That's just my personal take. The RSI overall has been smoking, so it came down a little bit on the daily, but it's going to take some consolidation days to really let that cool off. The 4 hour looks fine. The 1 hour looks a little bit cool, in my opinion. The 30-minute, very cool. So, we're getting oversold. We're getting to very oversold territory. So somewhere this is going to base and turn around, and it might be another chance to make that run back up. Also, what I wanted to add was, what really affects the markets is whenever you're either in the money or you're very close to it, 1-2 strikes out of the money. That's whenever the market makers are like, oh, should we hedge for this? Should we hold on to this? Or does it not even matter? So at some point, the volume is kind of going to dry up if everybody, say, bought back on Friday or Monday, and you're just diamond handing those options, and now you got $45 strikes or $39 strikes or whatever you have. They're not even worried about you. You really have no impact in what is going on here. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with rolling options. Taking that money whenever you're up, wait for it to base, roll into something else, and that's really what keeps the market makers on their toes and keeps them hedging or unhedging or whatever they need to do to try to make sure that they are solid whenever that time comes. But if you're just holding a strike that's $20 out of the money, they don't care about you. They don't. You have no impact on them. This is a live moving line that is constantly being shifted with the markets, the market makers, what's coming in, what's going out. And if you're just holding on because that's what you want to do, that's fine. I can't tell you how to trade, but you, if you got 45s, you basically have a lotto ticket, and you're hoping that everybody else picks the numbers for you. It comes up, taps you on the shoulder, and says, "Hey, you won," and you're like, "Oh, cool." You don't even say thank you or anything. You just walk away with your lotto ticket and winnings, and that's just kind of what it is. There's a lot of heavy lifting that goes on, and just sitting on lotto tickets doesn't really help the play. I will say that, unless it gets all the way up there, and then maybe you have a little bit of an impact, but that's a long run from here, and it's looking a little bit weak at the moment. So will it get there by Friday? I hope you have time on them if you got those far out the monies. Anything can happen. A lot of short activity here, so I'm not saying it can't happen by this Friday, but gonna need to see something crazy come about. In the meantime, really need to see the RSI turn around, and how quick does it want to do that with it being at 89 on the daily. I mean, insane. So maybe just a cool off day or two. We'll see what happens, and then we'll worry about max pain come Friday. So thanks guys for coming back, watching another one. I will catch you in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.